A recurring theme on my channel is how exactly do you reimagine a watch design? It's certainly not easy. I mean, just take a look at AliExpress and you'll find hundreds of models that are all versions of an established design. There's clearly a great business in not thinking too hard about something different, but rather straight up copying with strategic small differences so you don't end up in court. There are a few micro brands that deserve special mention when it comes to developing their own unique design language. Whilst drawing inspiration from some of the greats is almost unavoidable, it's still possible to forge your own path and somehow make money and deliver reasonably priced, well thought out watch designs that stand on their own 2 feet. Direnzo Watches is most definitely one such micro brand. The DRZ 03 Eclipse was launched on Kickstarter a few years ago now with an incredible design that looked like an actual eclipse. It was priced well and somehow delivered on time and within budget. Was it perfect? No, it was pretty good, but the lume was a little weak and the case was fairly flat and slab-sided on the wrist. I know since I own one that I sold eventually. This version 2 has now moved into a new phase of adapting to other colors and slight refinements of case shapes, and my god, just look at this thing in this white color. The original concept of an eclipse is somehow even better looking in all these brand new colors of white and light blue. So should you pull out that credit card and beeline to direnzowatches.com? Stay with me and let's find out. If you like what you see here today, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. Drop me a comment too if you feel like it. So word on sizes first. It's an important part of our buying decision. I measure it at exactly 40mm across and 47.8mm lug to lug. Lug width is 20mm and thickness is 12.6mm. Both the white version on Bracelet here and the black meteorite version with its date complication and on tropical strap wears well on my 19cm wrist. So obviously I have both the white version with no date and the black meteorite one with date, but I will mainly focus on the white version since this is brand new and also quite incredible looking. So let's get stuck into this snow white and grey dial. The shape of this dial is remarkably eye-catching in this white. The bowl shape creates both a lovely transition that brings a softness to the whole setup, and it further enhances the many curves and shapes of the dial. It almost feels a little like a stadium where the main event is taking place within the grey field. The printed logo, brand, model name and water resistance is all super crisp, as are the black hands. The black, orange and white grey color schemes is a tasteful choice that's replicated across the 5-minute marks. As is my habit, getting real up close does reveal some issues around the applied indices with some tiny bits of glue and slight lume residue here and there, but overall this is a big tick on a prototype for me. Again, the combination of bars, circles and a triangle somehow brings together a coherent and beautiful dial that looks better than ever in brilliant white, grey and bits of orange. The meteorite dial with its red date complication that's precisely placed in the track of the seconds hand is also very beautiful with the many red details replaced in the look of the orange on the white, and those unique patterns from meteorite are subtle but attractive up close. Both dials are gorgeous to my eyes, and this is one date complication that's in no shape or form an afterthought. Depending on your model of choice, you will get a ceramic bezel that's loomed or a stainless steel bezel like on this white model. If you are going diving, it'll be hard to time your dive, but really a watch like this is all about the style. The feel of the bezel is surprisingly completely different between the two, with the steel bezel being quite stiff and hard to move, whilst the ceramic bezel is free-flowing while still being precise. I'm not sure why that is exactly, but it's worth noting. Both bezels have a flat sapphire crystal with rounded edges. Moving on to the case, it's slightly more curved than version 1 as I mentioned, which makes it a comfortable wear that follows the curve of the wrist ever so slightly and looks good while doing it. Brushed sides and lugs is the norm across all models, with a polished bevel that runs from lug to lug. The underside is a sharp angle without being too sharp to touch. There are no drilled lugs here due to the fact that both bracelets and Tropic strap are supplied with excellent quick release buttons. The screw down and sign crown is exposed, as were most of the watches from the era of skin divers, and it's a great look. The coin edge and the 3mm crown is easy to grip and manipulate. In doing so, you are setting a Sellita SW200-1 Elaborate movement with its Inca block protection system. It's the same movement on both, so the no-date version does have a ghost position, fitting being so very ghostly white and grey. The back of this watch has a nice screw-in back with the logo and spec sheet, with one small detail I personally enjoy. Here we find Sergio making it clear that he designed the watch. Having met the guy in my interview from a couple of months back, this makes me smile and I'm glad to see this confident move. The bracelet supplied is good, not just for the money, but full stop good. It tapers from 20 to 18 and its solid female end links look fantastic, wears well, and the quick release system is easy to use and refitting to the case is a breeze. The screw-in solid links are nice and soft with no sharp edges on your skin and no hair snipped either. The solid buckle with its 5 micro adjust is attractive with nothing but the logo. I also enjoy the tiny detail of a slightly sculpted finger grip that's not necessary but appreciated all the same. I can definitely tell that this is a further refined bracelet and I highly recommend it. You can also add a tropical strap and a German brown leather strap. I found the tropical strap slightly ill-fitting, sitting just a little too close to the case and being just a tad too pointy. But I've handled one of Sergio's leather straps before and I would recommend that one as a solid option. As I mentioned, the Lume was a bit of a weak point on version 1. Using BGW9 Super Luminova, it's better on this updated model while still being quite modest overall. As mentioned, the bezel on the ceramic model is Lume and the stainless steel one is not. Sergio is on to another winner here. The new color combinations really complement these designs and shows once again how adaptable they are beyond just the grey-black Eclipse night themes. I don't know about you, but seeing how accomplished these models now are from a one-man band out of Switzerland is inspiring to say the least. What is also good news is that the pre-sale campaign should mean that you can actually obtain one without having to swear and punch your screen at 2 AM in the morning. I'm looking at you, Zelos and Ming. And that's yet another reason to get behind Sergio and the Direnzo brand. The final good news is that this is not somebody that will take your money and run. Look at his Kickstarter campaigns and you'll see some of the best run campaigns ever, with regular updates and many happy supporters. You're in safe hands here. So what do you think? Will you line up online to put your order in? Let me know in the comments. Thank you again for watching and I'll see you next time.